Good evening, and a warm welcome to our broadcast. Tonight we delve into a question that resonates with students, parents, and educators alike. The central question for our discussion is this: do high grades in school genuinely guarantee greater success in life? Or are they just one piece of a much larger, more complex puzzle? To help us explore this topic, we have two distinguished guests. First, I'd like to introduce Dr. Evelyn Reed, an esteemed academic and researcher who will argue for the significant predictive power of academic achievement. And joining her is Mr. Sam Carter, a successful entrepreneur and author, who will contend that success is far more multifaceted and less reliant on academic scores. Our debate will proceed with opening statements from each speaker, followed by 2 rounds of moderated discussion, and finally, closing statements. So let's begin. Dr. Reed, the floor is yours for your opening statement.
Thank you, Alex. It's a pleasure to be here to discuss such a pertinent topic. My position is that while high grades are not an absolute, infallible guarantee of success, as few things in life are, they are indeed a robust and significant indicator of qualities crucial for achieving it. Firstly, it's undeniable that consistently high academic performance often correlates with a commendable level of discipline, perseverance, and a strong work ethic. To achieve good grades, students must dedicate time, manage their workload effectively, and persist through challenging material. These are not trivial accomplishments. They are reflections of character traits highly valued in any professional field. Furthermore, the ability to understand and synthesize complex information, which is essential for academic excellence, is a cornerstone of effective problem-solving and decision-making in later life. Secondly, one cannot disregard the tangible benefits that high grades confer. They often serve as gatekeepers, opening doors to more prestigious higher education institutions. Access to such institutions, in turn, frequently leads to a wider array of career opportunities, particularly in competitive fields like medicine, law, engineering, and academia itself. This isn't to say it's the only path, but it is a demonstrably effective one for many individuals seeking what is traditionally defined as career success. Finally, the intellectual rigor demanded by academic pursuits actively cultivates critical thinking, analytical skills, and problem-solving abilities. These are not skills confined to the classroom. They are profoundly transferable across various life paths and are essential for navigating an increasingly complex world. The process of learning how to learn, how to dissect an argument, and how to construct a coherent response is invaluable. Therefore, while other factors certainly play a role, high grades provide a significant advantage and a solid foundation upon which lasting success can be built.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. Mr. Carter, we now turn to you for your opening statement.
Thank you, Alex and Dr. Reed. I appreciate the opportunity to present a different perspective on this matter. My core argument is that high grades, while potentially beneficial in certain contexts, are insufficient as a sole or even primary predictor of life success. Success, in its truest sense, is a complex interplay of diverse factors that extend far beyond the classroom. Firstly, we must consider what we truly mean by success. Is it solely about securing a high-paying job and climbing the corporate ladder? Or does it also encompass personal fulfillment, innovation, making a meaningful societal impact, or achieving a harmonious work-life balance? If we adopt a broader, more holistic definition of success, it becomes evident that academic scores, which primarily measure a specific type of intellectual aptitude, don't capture the full picture. Many individuals find profound success and contentment through paths less traveled, paths where traditional academic metrics hold less sway. Secondly, the modern world, arguably more than ever, demands individuals equipped with a robust set of non-academic skills. I'm referring to soft skills such as effective communication, empathy, collaboration, and leadership. Emotional intelligence, creativity, adaptability, and resilience in the face of adversity are also paramount. These are aspects of human capability that traditional grading systems often fail to adequately measure or even cultivate. You can have a student who scores perfectly on every exam but struggles to work in a team or to inspire others. Which one is truly better prepared for the multifaceted challenges of life and work? Moreover, the landscape of achievement is replete with individuals who, by conventional academic standards, were not stellar students, yet went on to achieve extraordinary things. Think of visionary entrepreneurs, groundbreaking artists, or influential community leaders. Their success often stemmed from their passion, their unique perspectives, their willingness to take risks, and their ability to connect with others. Quality is not always reflected in a grade point average. Practical experience, adaptability, and the ability to navigate real-world complexities often prove more valuable than theoretical knowledge alone. Therefore, while I don't discount the value of education, I believe a holistic view is necessary. Overemphasizing grades can overshadow the development of other vital competencies, potentially leading us to overlook or undervalue a vast pool of talent.
Thank you both for those compelling opening statements. Dr. Reed, Mr. Carter highlighted numerous successful individuals who didn't necessarily excel academically. How do you reconcile this with the argument that high grades are strong predictors of success? Are these individuals merely exceptions that prove the rule? Or do they point to a broader truth about the limitations of academic assessment?
That's a very fair question, Alex. And it's true, these narratives of individuals who achieved great success despite, or perhaps even because of, a non-traditional academic path are captivating and often highly publicized. I certainly acknowledge their existence and their significant contributions. However, it's crucial to differentiate between anecdotal evidence, however inspiring, and broader statistical trends. Many of these individuals are, indeed, outliers. They often possess other extraordinary talents, an exceptional drive, a unique vision, or perhaps benefited from unique opportunities or a specific socio-economic context that allowed them to bypass conventional routes. For the general population, a substantial body of research suggests a positive correlation between educational attainment, often reflected by grades, and various markers of success, such as higher income levels, greater job stability, and enhanced career advancement opportunities. The structured path provided by strong academic performance is, for many, a more reliable and predictable route to achieving their goals. While the stories of unconventional success are inspiring, they may not represent the most common or accessible pathway for the majority. The discipline, analytical skills, and knowledge base acquired through rigorous academic work provide a foundation that is broadly applicable and generally rewarded in our society. So while exceptions exist and should be celebrated, they don't negate the overall predictive value of academic achievement for a large segment of the population.
Mr. Carter, your response to Dr. Reed's points?
Dr. Reed's point about statistical trends is valid to an extent, and I don't dispute that a correlation can be found. However, I propose that these extraordinary talents she refers to, the innovation, the risk-taking, the exceptional interpersonal skills, are precisely the competencies that the traditional education system, with its heavy emphasis on grades, often doesn't adequately foster or measure. Are these individuals successful despite their academic records, or because they were free or forced to develop these other crucial skills more fully, perhaps due to a lack of validation from the traditional system? Furthermore, while the reliable route through high grades might lead to certain conventional forms of success, we must question if it always leads to the most innovative, fulfilling, or societally impactful outcomes. An overemphasis on grades can inadvertently create a culture of conformity and fear of failure, discouraging the very risk-taking and creative thinking that drive progress. Students may become more focused on achieving a certain score than on genuine understanding or exploring their passions. My concern is that by focusing so intently on grades as the primary benchmark, we might be inadvertently stifling diverse forms of talent and success. We risk marginalizing individuals whose strengths lie in areas not easily quantifiable by exams, potentially losing out on their unique contributions to society. It's not about dismissing academic achievement, but about contextualizing it and ensuring it doesn't become the sole arbiter of potential.
This brings us to another important aspect. Mr. Carter, Dr. Reed emphasized earlier that the discipline and analytical skills honed through achieving high grades are vital and transferable. In your view, can these essential skills be developed as effectively, or perhaps even more effectively, outside a system that heavily prioritizes grades?
Absolutely, Alex. The notion that such critical skills, discipline, analytical thinking, problem solving, are the exclusive domain of traditional, grade-focused academia is one I'd like to challenge robustly. These skills can indeed be cultivated, often more deeply and meaningfully, through a diverse array of avenues. Consider project-based learning, where students tackle real-world problems, requiring not just analysis, but also collaboration, creativity, and adaptability. Think of apprenticeships or internships, where individuals learn by doing, mentored by experienced practitioners. Entrepreneurial ventures, even those that don't succeed initially, are crucibles for developing resilience, strategic thinking, and resourcefulness. Furthermore, self-directed study driven by genuine passion can lead to profound levels of expertise and discipline, often surpassing what is achieved through compulsory, grade-motivated learning. When learning is intrinsically motivated, engagement is higher, and the development of these associated skills becomes a natural byproduct rather than a forced objective. Practical application in real-world scenarios solidifies these skills far more effectively than purely theoretical exercises designed to elicit a grade. The stakes are real, the feedback is immediate, and the learning is often more enduring. So yes, these vital skills are not only attainable outside the grade-centric system, but can, in many instances, be nurtured more holistically and effectively.
Dr. Reed, how would you respond to Mr. Carter's assertion that these skills can be developed more effectively through alternative paths?
While I concur that alternative learning pathways, such as those Mr. Carter eloquently described, offer valuable experiences and can certainly foster important skills, the structured environment of formal education offers a consistent, verifiable, and widely recognized method for developing and demonstrating these competencies. The key difference often lies in scalability, standardization, and accessibility. Formal education systems, for all their imperfections, aim to provide a baseline level of skill development to a broad population. Can we realistically ensure that every individual has access to high-quality apprenticeships, entrepreneurial opportunities, or perfectly tailored project-based learning that guarantees the development of discipline and analytical skills to a comparable, measurable standard? High grades, within an established curriculum, serve as a common, understandable benchmark for employers and higher education institutions. They provide a signal, however imperfect, of a candidate's ability to engage with complex material, manage tasks, and meet defined standards over a sustained period. Moreover, the discipline required to consistently achieve high grades within a formal system often involves navigating subjects that may not be of immediate personal interest. This in itself builds a form of mental toughness and adaptability, the ability to apply oneself even when passion isn't the primary driver, which is a crucial skill in many professional roles. So while alternative paths are valuable and can be incredibly effective for some, the formal education system and the grades it assigns still play a critical role in providing a foundational, broadly accessible, and widely understood framework for skill development and assessment.
We are moving towards our closing statements. Dr. Reed, you have the floor to summarize your position.
Thank you, Alex. To summarize, the journey to success is undoubtedly complex, and high grades are not its sole determinant, nor are they an absolute guarantee. Life is far too nuanced for such certainties. Nevertheless, it is my firm conviction that high academic achievement represents a significant advantage. It reflects not just the absorption of knowledge, but more importantly, the cultivation of discipline, perseverance, a strong work ethic, and the intellectual capability to grapple with challenging concepts. These are qualities that are consistently valued and rewarded across nearly all fields of human endeavor. While success itself is multifaceted, and personal fulfillment can be found through many avenues, a strong academic foundation generally provides individuals with more options, not fewer. It better prepares them for the complex challenges of higher education and demanding careers, equipping them with the analytical and critical thinking skills necessary to adapt and thrive. The habits of mind and character formed during the diligent pursuit of academic excellence are as important, if not more so, than the grades themselves. Therefore, I would still advocate for the diligent pursuit of academic excellence, not as an end in itself, nor as the only path, but as a powerful tool for unlocking potential, building a versatile skill set, and laying a robust groundwork for future endeavors and a wider range of life successes.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. Mr. Carter, your closing statement, please.
Thank you, Alex. In conclusion, while academic achievements certainly have their merit and can open certain doors, it is crucial to adopt a more holistic perspective when discussing the pathways to a successful and fulfilling life. Life success is wonderfully diverse. It encompasses far more than what can be measured by academic metrics. We've discussed the paramount importance of soft skills, communication, empathy, teamwork, as well as emotional intelligence, creativity, adaptability, and the invaluable lessons learned from real-world experience. These are the competencies that often distinguish truly impactful individuals, those who innovate, lead, and inspire positive change. Academic skills have their place, certainly, but they should not overshadow or inhibit the cultivation of this broader range of human capacities. An excessive focus on grades can, at times, inadvertently steer individuals away from their true passions or discourage them from taking the kind of risks that lead to growth and discovery. It can also create an environment where the fear of not measuring up academically stifles the very qualities we claim to value. My hope is that we can foster an educational approach and a societal mindset that values and nurtures a wider array of talents. We need to define success more broadly, celebrating different forms of intelligence and contribution. I encourage individuals to find their passion, develop a well-rounded set of competencies, both academic and non-academic, and forge their own unique paths to a meaningful life.
Thank you, Mr. Carter, and thank you, Dr. Reed, for such an insightful and engaging discussion. You've both presented compelling arguments that have given us much to consider. It seems we can agree that while high grades can indeed be beneficial, opening certain doors and reflecting valuable attributes like discipline, they are not the sole or absolute guarantee of success in the broader sense of the word. A balanced development of academic abilities alongside crucial life skills, emotional intelligence, and practical experience appears to be key. Perhaps the true measure of preparation for life lies in this holistic development. I encourage our audience to reflect on their own definitions of success and to consider the diverse paths that can lead to achieving it. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast.